Okay, what's up, guys? So I decided to stick with my original board instead of redrawing to show you guys what this group on Telegram is about. Now, if you see my last video, you know how these boards split, okay? So you have an understanding of how they split. But let me tell you about this group. So I swear they thought of everything. Um, um, it is a three-tiered system. Um, and they won't even take your money unless you have your two people ready to go behind you. Okay? Again, here we go with that whole two people, bringing in the two people bit, but that's the only way it works. And these people understand that. Okay? So, with that being said, this group has three boards that you need to get through, basically. Okay, a lot of the groups on Telegram, the boards are stagnant or they're not moving. People aren't getting paid because once, the person hits the water position where you get paid, instead of taking let's make this $100 board. Instead of taking the $100 from the 800 that you got, and reinvesting it back into the board, you know what I mean? It just people are out for self. Okay, people are out for self, and the administrators of this particular group understand that they want everybody to get paid. They only want serious people, like-minded individuals who are basically on the same wavelength when it comes to these flower looms. Okay, again, they won't take your money unless you have your two people behind you, and you have to go through three boards to really mess with them. Okay, you're not coming in to jump out. Nobody is coming in to jump out. And quite frankly, once you jump in, I don't know why you would want to jump out. Okay, because the process is so, airtight, basically. I wouldn't say airtight. Well, yeah. It's the best that I've seen from doing my research, and it makes the most sense to me. Okay, because like I said, the other groups, they have these boards and they fill them up, and people jump ship, and people are left with inviting their people to come in, and you see the comments in these groups. Oh, you know they just don't look inviting. Why am I going to put my money on this board? It's been stagnant for 2 days. No one's paid into it, or it's not moving. So that I can understand the skepticism and the discouragement, in those types of cases. But hey, everybody has to bring in two people. And a lot of these groups on Telegram, if you read their rules, they say that you don't need to, bringing in two people is not a requirement. Okay, you don't need to bring in two people to make these boards work. And looking at it from that perspective, you would think, okay, well, there's thousands of people on this app. Everybody's trying to do the same thing. All these people, maybe they don't really have two people to invite. Okay, fine. You don't have two people to invite, but there's like six other people behind you ready to jump on the board too. So the spots are going to get filled regardless. But what happens when they stop? And nobody's, inviting their two people to fill in the boards and stuff. That's where the boards get stagnant and stuck. Okay. I'm on a board that's stuck. It's been stuck since Thursday. I don't know what's going on there, but in this group, okay, there's no sticky situations going on here. So let me just jump on in and explain this to you real quick. So this group they have three boards. Okay, you have to go through three boards. The first board is, we'll call this board number one. Number one. And this buy-in is $100, and it yields you 8. Sorry for my scratchy handwriting, but board number one, once you get to the water position on your board, because when you come in, you're coming in as a fire. You understand that from the last video and how the splits work. 3 splits, you get to the water position. So you get to the water position and you get cashed out to $800, okay? Fine. Now, with that, you see it works. You got $800. You jump in ship, right? Nope, not in this group. Not in this group. No, because you are required to take $500 of your $800 payout and invest it into board number 2. I told you there's 3 boards. Board number 2. So that's 500. So, board number 2. You get through it. You get to the water position. You go through the cycle, get through the water position. With your $500, you get $4,000. Okay? $4,000. So, just for the sake of, visibility, let's do a little profit calculator. So from this first board here, you're really walking away with $300 because you're investing $500 into board number 2. Okay? Board number 2, you walk away, you get your $4,000, but you're really walking away with $2,100. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the $1,900 that you would take from here, okay, $1,400 of it goes onto board number 3. Bam. Board number 3, you need $1,400 to get in, and this is what you get out. $11,200. Okay? So let's go back. All right. 500 of this goes into board number 2. 1,900. Once you get your 4,000 on board number 2, 1,900 of it, okay, goes towards 2 things, towards 2 different boards, okay? So 1,400 goes towards board number 3, and the additional 500 that makes up the 1,900, okay, goes back into board number 2. I'm going to do that one more time. The $100 board yields you $800. You have to invest $500 of that into your second board to get $4,000. Okay? You take $1,900 from your $4,000, put $1,400 onto board 3, and the additional $500 goes into board 2. Back into board 2. Okay? Now, if you follow me, if you can follow the diagram, you can see that board 2 is going to be your residual. Board 2 and board 3 can actually be your residual, because that $500 that you were required to put back in to board number 2, okay, you're going to be getting paid out on that, right? Put another $500 back in, that's going to keep doing it, paying you out the $4,000. The same here, if you choose to even go that route with board number 3. Okay, so we have $11,200, and that makes $13,600 off of 3 boards, starting with $100. Okay, 13,000. My bad, $600 off of 3 boards, starting with $100, with options to reinvest. Okay? Here, you don't have to. Here, I don't see why you wouldn't, though. And another thing to remember about this group, or that I should mention about this group, is that, once you get in, on the $100 board and you recruit, your 2 people, when you get to that phase in the board where you have to have your 2 people behind you, that's it for the 2 people, okay, for bringing in 2 people. Because once you get paid out here, this board spills into the $500 board, $500 board spills into the $1,400 board, the $500 board spills back into itself. So you don't have to worry about bringing in 2 people beyond the first board there. Okay. Yeah, so if you have any questions, I am happy to answer them. Absolutely. And if you would like to get in on this group, holla at me too, because I have all the info. I'm trying to see us all, eat for real, for real. We can make this happen, guys. We can actually build, okay? And we just have to think outside of the box and change our mindsets in order to do it. And I hope this, helped you understand what the breakdown and how things work. But this particular group, again, I think they thought of everything, because you're going to get your money and then some with just $100 start up seed. So holla at me. And again, thank you guys for taking the time to watch my video. I love you, and I'll holla at you soon. Peace.